Europe.
Right. Hang on then. Hello and welcome to the Now Debate. Can you hear me?
La la la.
Right, here we go. Excellent. I didn't want to tune from you. I wanted you to introduce yourself. We are now live. Not actually live on YouTube. We are actually live recording, which is just as it's just this thing, like
I thought you were testing.
We can see you've got a crystal ball set up. We're doing a Steve Huff experiment to see if we can actually get any images of spirit that come up. We're not actually going to be looking at the screen, so anything that comes up during the video we'll see later on. I don't know if it'll actually work. We're going to try and take a couple of pictures of the still camera later on. But yeah, tonight we are discussing our responses to our last 6 live streams, mostly centered around the last 3. And after the news, so we've just gone live on the channel now. So this is going to be going out this Sunday. We're going to put this out this Sunday. So it's going to be 2 days ago, and so that's our information now as we speak is of Friday the 11th of August at about 10:30 at night that Steve Huff has quit the Paranormal.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain the message and explain how profound that was, and then I'll go into our messages, what we've been getting as of late.
Right, we had a call about an hour and a half ago saying Steve Huff had taken all his pages down. His Facebook, his YouTube, his website, everything come down. So we had a look, and it was all down. It was just a message saying love and light to you. It was no sort of like pardon me. There was no video saying ta-ra or anything, which I found pretty profound. Nothing really. So we did a little live sort of video on YouTube, didn't we, just to discuss that. And then literally within moments, he'd put a big write-up on Facebook about the reasons he'd quit.
Well, at least we come across it.
Yeah, the reasons he'd quit, and that was a different thing again. I knew it was bad. I knew something had frightened him or whatever, and it was bad. For the way he just obviously up and left it. But he basically said that all the years that he's been doing his research and all the investigating he's been doing with the ICT stuff and everything else was all for naught. Basically, it was a manipulation from spirits who were in hell, and it was put out there to sort of bring their souls forward and give them a voice and open doorways and portals, and the evil spirits that obviously guard over them, lost souls and bad souls, basically was threatening his life and coming through and doing stuff. And there was darker forces, like a hierarchy, which we've discussed before.
Yeah.
In is this a hierarchy in angels and stuff like that? There's a hierarchy down here, and basically it'd all been a lie. It was all done for a lie. It was all manipulation and stuff. And he apparently took a sledgehammer to his gold, the latest box he's made, the gold box. He's been threatened. He's had his family threatened. His pets threatened.
He's been hospitalised twice.
Yeah.
Psychic attack.
Yeah. He's it's big. It's in the paranormal world. It is pretty big. I'm gonna swear now. Fucking news. So, I mean, we just sent him a message on Facebook saying that there's 2 scenarios that could come out there. Either that is the case.
Yeah.
Which he believes it, or something's come through and all the work he has done has been for the light and love and what else, and something's come through now and convinced him of otherwise, frightened him, scared him, and got inside his head, and obviously just turned it all to shit basically. So Yeah, I don't know why you said that then. I was looking at the responses on your computer. That's weird. Yeah, something manipulated in my thoughts then. So yeah, it.
What response was you drawn to? What response was you drawn to?
The last one, but why did they take you on their shit? I know it's supposed to be ship.
Yeah.
But it just drew me the last.
Well, it's implications for us because he believes that all the spirits he spoke to are just lost souls.
Yeah.
I fundamentally disagree with that because now this is I'm kind of looking at what the opinion is.
The only thing is we don't know what was said behind closed doors.
Yeah, I'm not saying that obvious. Yeah. I'm not saying that something hasn't been said to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that the stuff that I've had this comes through when I view, because he said for all ITC devices, not just his apps, but the SB7, like we have had people talking to their loved ones and giving them stuff that only that loved one would know. Like the one thing that convinced me the most was
but that's what he said they've been doing to him.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he said they've been doing.
But then I had when I first done a ghost box in front of my mother, right? And Jonathan comes through on that ghost box. He didn't know what to say. Now you imagine how that must feel.
Mm.
You haven't seen your mother in 17 years.
Yeah.
And
I know that as a medium when we give messages, that comes through.
Yeah. You know, they don't know what to say. What do you say?
Yeah.
And this is a debate I had last night. He's had plenty of times where they've talked about God and they've talked about Jesus and stuff. I don't know many demons that will talk about God and Jesus, do you?
No.
But can they?
Not praise them. But like, I should imagine there's no... I don't know, like... It depends on... I mean, to lie and to manipulate someone, you will say things that go against anything you believe, really.
Yeah.
That's what a manipulation is. It's a trickery, innit? But... Because... It does make you think, Jack, because we've been doing these now. This is the 7th one we're going to do coming up.
Yeah.
And the amount of times we used them on cases and stuff. And it have said on numerous occasions about the devil, like we said earlier, take heed of the devil.
Yeah.
And maybe they are spirits we're not allowed to talk to. Because they can. Like this rules over here, right? And like this rules for us as mediums, and this rules for all of it. Is there rules that allow these things to come in? Because I've always said, like, you get possession, right?
Yeah.
Now, I've always thought of possession as like a form of, like, just an example, like a form of autism, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's certain circumstances for that person that allows that, whatever it is, to take over their body, and take over their mind. There's certain circumstances. It is basically like a form of autism. It's like a form of something you're born with. And that allows them spirits to take over these people to that level.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've all got... There's always that demon voice in the back of your mind. It runs through all of us. The best of us it runs through.
Yeah.
It's part of our psyche. It's part of our...
You need it.
It's part of our subconscious.
That's not me saying, like, for example, it's not me saying... that in any sort of way praising anything of darkness or bad, but you do need it because it's part of... It's like, for example, fear. You know, I'll give you an example then. Fear. If you're afraid of the rent ain't going to get paid by the end of the month, even though you've got money, then that's an unjustified fear. But at the end of the day, if you're on the top of a cliff, fear is what keeps you safe. It keeps you from going over the edge. It's something that you need. Yeah. It's a response. It's a biological response to... And it's like dark humour. I was saying this to Sam earlier. Dark humour is something that you need. It's the fact of that you bring it into... It's like you've always got to have balance because, you stay at the sun long enough, you'll get a black spot.
Yeah.
Because you need that balance. You need that kind of... the human race can't evolve without it.
Yeah.
As long as you understand it. That's the main thing with regards to it. You know, and I'm not being funny. Any sort of thing can come in here and say it's the devil. I'm not saying there's not a hierarchy. I'm not saying that there's not a hell or there's not realms that they will say that is hell or... or there's not, you know, and these things obviously are not really demons in the sense of they're demons how we understand them, but they're beings literally from other dimensions that are encroaching on our space time. There will be at some point in our, just let me finish. Yeah. At some point in our future, there will be a science that will actually explain it. It's just the fact that we haven't got there yet.
I just had a thought. What if they are just the dark part of our subconscious?
Yeah.
When we pass the two energies, one obviously goes to the higher self.
Yeah.
And then one goes to the lower self, and that's splitting that personality. Because if it's just the lower, it's all the bad things and dark thoughts and shit that runs through us. If that manifested, that would be the epitome of a demon. Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean. It's like it would run through like a stick of rock.
How many times though have we had bad experiences, right? And we've had those experiences for a good reason. Like the experience that we had. That experience, although terrifying at the time, and although, you know, it liberated us to a certain extent because it led us to information, it led us to an understanding of the world, it led us to, you know, to investigate further. Yeah. And I think, you know, that's another thing to be said as well. Sometimes these things are allowed to happen for a good reason. It's like if you're going to move forward, whatever like Steve Huff, for example, goes into next, you know, at some point this situation, hopefully, touch wood, is going to get resolved. And here's the other thing. These things, you know, they've got, if someone is in his house now, they've got hold of him now. Yeah. Do they honestly think that does he honestly think they're going to stop just because he's stopped? They don't work like that. No. You know, it's like having it's like having a totalitarian government and saying if Hitler invaded Western Europe and basically built up enough arms to go for America, but then they had a treaty and America wouldn't get involved, so it allowed them to conquer Europe. If they had the means, don't you think the Nazis would have turned around and said, okay, America, we're coming after you now? Yeah. You're given the right circumstances. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. What do you think to that?
I think, obviously he's done all this. He's had a couple of people try and come in and help, and they haven't helped. And now he's turned all his equipment off, thinking that maybe that's the end of it. And
I certainly wouldn't like, you know, he's talking about writing a book. Can you imagine writing a book in that frame of mind? He's going to be given more of a voice writing that book than he's ever done with the SCD2 and the apps.
If it's the other scenario, yeah. He's doing exactly what they wanted to do. Yeah. But this is the conundrum, innit? Where what is the truth? It's like Arthur C. Clarke wrote in his book. 50% of this book is the truth. Yeah. And 50% of it isn't.
Which book was that?
Arthur C. Clarke's World of Strange Powers. Right. And he said 50% of this book is the truth, 50% of it isn't. Unfortunately, I don't know which 50 it is. Yeah. Now that is exactly this scenario. Yeah. Right? Something has said this to him in the last couple of weeks, told him that all the stuff he's done is bullshit. Yeah. Either the SCD,
or mentally, just psychically,
or somebody like the mediums he've asked, or somebody you've put this in his head, basically, right? They put this in his head. This is all this is exactly how negative energies work. They are a mind fuck. Yeah. Pardon my French, but they are.
Speaking of mindfuck, I'm going to go through some of the responses. I'm going to start with the latest responses from the last now investigation 6. Okay, you haven't heard these, too many of these. No. All right. Yeah. I'm going to paraphrase some of them. All right. Basically, and then we'll talk about them. So I'll read a page. We'll talk about that page, and then I'll carry on. Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So for some reason it says think of the particle sword. I think I've got that wrong. I think it says. I don't know. I've got it, but it does say something about Bible code in it, and I think I've missed it somewhere. Right? The 7 priests with the not sure what it said. I'm not sure what it basically says, but it's about the 7 trumpets because it does say something about the ram. Now, the second coming prophecy does talk about the 7 priests and their trumpets, as you explained in your video. Most carry. Your young, yes, whispers something cannot make out, saved. Richard, we need to know who you are, and we have done as you've asked, and it says shows are what they do. Fabulous. Richard, if it's spirits of light and love that want to come through as well, but we really need to know who we're talking to. Arms appeaser. We will never forget them. Hi, welcome back to the stream. Eager, our free sample. Good afternoon. Our only breakthrough is talking it out. Can you relate? Those on the fence that talk to us so much, what have you spoke? Day is here. Seen you before reality. Jared, are you human? All should have gone that night too. Explored you once pissed. I have no idea what that means. When we was talking to you, we are ones that will fight forever. In hopes that you will come, angels switch divine free. In French cavalry, for blame that he be the other one. Questions at me. Got any comments so far?
No,
go on. Carry on.
Carry on quick.
Richard, why are you? Who are you? Earth visitors. You know well enough. Richard, no. Who are you? All right. Millions wait. We are the call of 5. Richard, are you from our time? You do put us right now. Before you don't know. Some of them are wounded. Jared, can you see us? It's stressful waiting for someone. Come on, Rich. It's addressing you personally. Whether business is bad or not, they will. There's just a bit of looking past the voice, then we'll meet. Try. They saw through the mountain in Kent. Now that was basically on about something to do with I know Flintshire in Kent is supposed to be a UFO hotspot. Should be the people are afraid to come. Where I was sure. Acts 2, St. Michael's tomb. Enter your own enrichment day. See them before, therefore we know the plough grows smaller. Starving the house, that's how the cow gets in. Now, I got 2 things in that. Act 2 is basically a prophecy of the second coming, right? And basically, it's St. Peter on about the resurrection, and he talks about, essentially, if you look into actually the history of resurrection, right, and you look, there's loads of, like, in ancient Egypt, all around the world, Machu Picchu, different places like that, the Nazca lines, there's all different burial mounds, but they've never ever found bodies in, right? Where essentially what the theory is that in ancient culture, resurrection was kind of a thing, and you go into this place to seek to confront yourself, and part of you dies and you emerge free, which is essentially what an awakening process is. You know, you have these catalytic events that happen to you that causes a breakdown in everything that you know to be real. Other things start to come in, you start to awaken spiritually, perhaps you know, psychic gifts activate, all this different stuff happens, and you start waking up, you start researching, and the person who was you before that, you know, you've transformed because you can no longer look at the world in the same way. Also, that's how the cow gets in. That does sound a bit like a Trojan horse to me. So, what I found is Acts 2 is also about the holiday of Posterus, or Pestus, or something like that. I can't remember the word. My Bible study is fucking terrible. My Posterus or something like that, it's basically Whitsun, right? Yeah. Which is the 20th of May next year, which is also coincides roughly with the pagan festival of Beltane, which is the halfway point between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. Yeah. And was traditionally honoured by lighting bonfires and sending the cows out to pasture because it marks the beginning of summer. So that's kind of what I found out of just that. Yeah,
these responses are, when you listen to them, like the French was on with the one just before this now. They're very. I can't. They're different, aren't they? Yeah, what we've had before. They're profound. There's something in them, like there's something in that message. I can't quite put my finger on what I mean, but this.
Do you get like a feeling, a sense with them? Just like there's like a sense
like
of gravity to them.
You know, like you imagine somebody talking about philosophy.
Yeah, like Alan Watts or someone like that.
Yeah, somebody talking about philosophy. It's just got that sort of connotation to it. It's just like, I don't know, this like wisdom and stuff in the words like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just seem old. Like that's all I can. And I find it difficult to explain how make me feel when I hear them. Like, but they are quite.
Should I continue?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Help. You wish to why you're going to act. Okay. Richard, what do you want us to do? Now this is weird because I was going through these responses on Sunday, and I had an overwhelming urge. I know Simon Parks does his Connecting Consciousness show on a Sunday, and I've been following it for some time, and I just had the urge to mail in a question about these live streams, because I know he's had the alien contactee experiences and stuff. And he did say that you seem to have had a connection with these ETs for quite some time.
Yeah.
You have said that, you've had it through meditation. We've had things happen to us, which we explained the apparition to him, explained, a good couple of things. And he did give a warning that you're playing with fire, which, to be perfectly honest, I take that warning very seriously.
Yeah.
And I have emailed him back. I don't know. I know he's a busy man, so whether he'll get back in touch with me or not, I don't know. But that warning, especially after tonight, you kind of want to take with a little bit of, a little bit more on a pinch of salt. But whenever we've done stuff, they've always found a way to come through.
Yeah.
Always, whether you meditate, when we're doing groups, we could be working with fucking crystals, and you'll just see an alien and go, "I'm off, boys." That time in our group a couple of weeks back, where you just fucked off, and that was the end of it. We was just halfway through the session, I didn't even realise you were still meditating, or you'd still gone. And you come back halfway through. I was like, "Guys, Gretchen, you've been talking for 30 minutes, bud."
My phone rang, everything, didn't it?
Yeah, your phone went off. I was like, that's why we woke you. So,
yeah,
it says something, find the crap, but when you reverse that, I had the impulse the same time to reverse it in the edit switch. So I reversed it, and it says, "Haunt the sinners, a genuine 95er, which is American slang, they are going to drop. God and his apostles were just people. They couldn't find anyone else, so God looks at you." Any possible way that could be negative, or that can be a manipulation?
Well, it's a bit of a fucking. Well, couldn't find anyone else, to be honest with you. But so you would it like. Thanks. Yeah.
I don't know if he's actually on with us personally.
Yeah, we drew the fucking short straw. Right, yeah, go back to the one before it where it says, "Find the ark."
Yeah.
Right, drop it down just so I can see it in there. Find the ark.
Find the ark, halt the sinners, a genuine 95er, they are going to drop. Now, a genuine 95er, if you say to someone, I thought it said January 95, but if it does, it would be like, January 95er! So, it actually sounds more like a genuine 95er, so I'm not entirely sure. But that is the closest I can get. The 95er is someone who hits top marks all the time. If that makes sense. If you're a genuine 95, you're a good worker, you're a good fucking...
Say halt.
Halt the sinners.
It's halt the sinners.
And that was weird, because he said to me forward and backwards. It was really strange.
It is fucking strange. God and his apostles were just people. You couldn't find anyone else. God looks at you. What? This is what I mean. These responses really are making you think. I mean, yeah, this is the problem.
The first thing I was told.
This is what I say about faith.
Yeah.
This is the problem. The biggest things we ever have to do in our lives are all taking on faith.
Yeah.
Right? Even our own minds sometimes, right? We don't know our own minds. We are so disconnected from our own potential that anybody, if somebody tells you they love you, right, even with the best actions they can show you in the world, you're still taking it on faith that they actually do, because you don't know exactly what's going on in their mind. So this is the problem with anything. Like, we're taking this on faith that this is a positive, and there is a 50% chance that it is bullshit, and it is done to manipulate us and make us do things or say things or go against what we think is right, our instincts.
What do your instincts tell you about this then?
This is the problem. My instincts is a part of me. I am 50-50 on it. There is a part of me. I'm not like, oh yes, 100%, it's all good, this is. They're all fairly fucking lovely, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet them.
From the site, when I mentioned I emailed that show and he had the response, he did say that he reckons that we are communicating with off-world entities.
Yeah. This is the problem. There's a part of me that thinks, wow, this is really spiritual, these are really deep, these messages, and there's really something in them. But if you want to manipulate someone, that's how you would make them sound. So it's like, it is a mental and spiritual
dilemma.
Yeah, it's a fucking conundrum, because you don't know. It all seems like it's a positive. They want us to succeed and be good and be great. And why? What would anything evil push you in that road do? Why would it make you feel like, yeah, that's what I want to do? So that's the only thing that's sort of is tipping it, but it's still. I'd probably say I'm really close to the middle. But I don't know. Let's have a look at the other responses. Come on, let's see what else we got.
Now the other thing I want to add about that before we finish it, right? On that one bit. What I want to say is, the first thing I was ever told, when I started this journey, I started by looking up on the spiritual forum because I just didn't have anywhere else to go at the time. Okay? And I was told three things. Well, I had like an introduction thread to the forum. You know, hello, my name's Jared. I've had these experiences, blah blah blah. And I had one guy say, right, well, why are you doing this? And I said, because I want to build a better connection with my brother. I want to talk to the dead. He said, no. He said, if that's your only reasoning, then get out now. He said, if you don't want to do this for you, he said, because it'll change your life. He said, I sound harsh, I'm just telling you like it is. He said, I'm not being funny, I'm not fucking mollycoddling anyone. He said, but I don't mean to discourage you, but you've got to do this for yourself. That's got to be your intent. You've got to do it to grow and understand. And now, at the time, I didn't understand what he was saying. And he was nice enough, he's a lovely guy, if I asked him for help, he'd always help. But he was straight. Blunt as fuck. And the other thing I was told was, never believe that a small group of people with well-meaning intentions can't change the world because they're the ones that usually do. Now we're talking about Steve Huff quitting today. Today. That's one guy, and the world's not going to be the same without the work he's doing. But
just put a spin on the paranormal.
But the
work
he's done has changed the world, and this is what they're trying to undo. And that's from
it's changed the percentage of the world. It's changed.
It's the jellyfish thing, though, isn't it? It's a bit like what's the parable of the jellyfish? Or not parable, it's like a story in it. So a boy's loads of jellyfish get run around on the street, and a boy's on a beach, and a boy's there, and he's throwing them back in. The priest comes up and says, you can't make a difference, there's too many of them, you'll never get them all back in before they die. He said, you can't make a difference here. And the boy just ignores the priest, walks over to the next jellyfish, picks him up and throws him in the sea and says, I made a difference to that one. Because we say about changing their world, it's about changing, we all have our own world, our own perception, our own unique take on the world. It's about that is, you know, if you save that just for one person.
Yeah. Oh yeah, more for that. Just one world. That's all you need to save.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you know, because when what was his following on YouTube?
170,000, 169,000.
You know,
like that.
the paranormal is a funny thing, right? There's lots and lots of people who are interested in it. Millions, but there's only a minority that are really, really into it.
Yeah.
Right? They really, you know, go there. And things like this, what I was saying, I mean, our following's tiny, right? Because we are just starting sort of out in the social media side of this type of stuff. But the responses we've got are massive. The responses are for the world.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
They are for the world. They're not just for us as a group of like whatever we are, our little group. They are for the world. They're massive, like.
They've even mentioned.
And have had messages for the world.
Yeah.
I have no doubt he did. I didn't watch all his videos, I'm going to be honest, because I am a pretty busy person.
Even just the Robin Williams one. Just that one.
Yeah.
That one where he picked up on Robin Williams.
Yeah.
That is.
And he was a world face.
Yeah.
So this is what I mean.
3 million views. That video.
Yeah. This is what I mean. The responses are massive. They're bigger than we will ever be in our entire imaginations.
Yeah.
And this is where it's all like, it's such a thing. Like, should we have a look at the next ones?
Yeah.
Come on.
Richard, do you want to help us? Birmingham. Now, Jonathan's brought up Birmingham before.
Yeah.
Right. It comes from the last 3 live streams. The Mandela Effect one. The Now Investigations 5. When Jonathan gave that message, he said there is something in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in Birmingham, and we need to have a look into that. Right.
Right.
Eat fish down below him. Half the world are. Now there's something weird. In a place like Israel, Bartholomew will come. Good news for the climbing. What will they think of next to set the darkness free? But they get a pass.
Fuck, that's profound.
And Bartholomew will come 2 years ago in 2014.
Yeah, but in the biblical sense, what is Bartholomew?
Bartholomew, in the biblical sense, apparently, I've done a bit of research on this, there's a bit of a controversy, because he's also known as, he's an apostle, but little is known about the apostle, right? I can't find it. Obviously, if any of you guys listening know the Bible and you could find a reference to Bartholomew in Israel, please let me know.
I know by Bartholomew in the Bible, but I've just got so much information in my head I can't
he's also known
access.
as Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, think of it, right, in a place like Israel, Bartholomew comes. Good news for those climbing, right? So obviously that is like a reference to somebody like going up the ladder, isn't it? Or you know, moving up in the world. What will they think of next to set the darkness free? Just that in a sentence. What will they think of next to set the darkness free? They're not saying to banish the darkness, right?
Yeah.
Or, you know, chase out the darkness or anything, to set the darkness free. So there's obviously like a false prophet thing in that. That says to me there's something that people are thinking they're doing for the good and they're doing for the darkness. Well, they will get a pass. Then you get a pass. A pass to what? Do you get what I mean in that sentence? Yeah. Then you get a pass. Is that what it says, Jack? Then you get a pass. Yeah. So
right, can I cut in?
Yeah.
The only reference I can find is the leader of the not the Jesuits, the Orthodoxy is called Bartholomew.
Right.
And he and Pope Francis in 2014, so 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, had the first meeting in Israel, in Jerusalem, in 50 years between the two church leaders. That was the first in 50 years. The one before that was 50 years ago, so it would have been in 1964, say. And the last time before that was 1054. 1964 was the first time those two churches. So is it talking about the church? Is it like the corruption of the church, or the corruption of the state? I'll continue. Being something, not sure. I'm not sure what it said. Being something, anu. Is the bull asking the people, judging a liar? There is a new ideal here. Superior to the ruling. Hang on, let me just read this back again because this is quite a tongue twister. Okay.
Yeah.
Being something, anu. Is the bull asking the people, judging a liar? There's a new deal here, superior to ruling the earth. Good is the ruler of this other being, of whom keeps
You've got
them
God
in
written
check.
down by there, Jack.
Oh, sorry, God.
Yeah.
God is the ruler of this other being, of whom keeps them in check. During the Arizona spa, for the time for hope has come. That will find us free from the dark ages of war. They don't know that way, or how you know who's leaving on the corner of the dead. Tell me, divine goodness, God is very good.
Fucking hell. We just read that all in one sentence. It's bonkers, isn't it?
Any idea what the fuck it means? Now, give a bit of background. Anu is the Sumerian god, who's the god of all gods, right? There's a school of thought that will basically say the God in the Bible is Anu. It's not actually God as in source, as in the divine creator. The God in the Bible is actually Anu, who essentially is an extraterrestrial being. That essentially, he was the one who asked Abraham to sacrifice Isaac then, for example. Because I can't imagine a divine good being saying, hey, don't you love me? I tell you what, prove it. Why don't you burn your child at the stake? I can't imagine God being like that, to be fair.
Well, right, being something, Anu, right,
Yeah.
which is the god of gods, is the bull asking the people, judging a lie, right?
Right.
The bull, right, the false idol,
Yeah.
right?
I think that's what it
is
all
the
about.
bull
Anu is the false. They mention a lot more about Anu to come, just to let you know.
Yeah, is the bull asking the people, judging a lie, right? There is a new deal here, right?
Yeah.
So what's that word?
Superior.
Superior
to
the
ruling
rule.
earth.
Superior to ruling the earth. Superior to ruling the earth. Right. That's we use that as a false prophet. There is a new deal there. Superior to ruling the earth. God is the ruler of the other beings. God is the ruler of the other beings. Other beings. What are other beings?
Yeah. No, other being. So what I think they're trying to say
This
is
other being. Oh,
Anu,
the God is.
Anu is the false god, but it is a higher force keeping him in check. That's what I got from that.
Yeah, God.
I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
this is what I'm picking up.
Or
from
is Anu the God is the ruler of the other beings? No, think about.
Yeah. Could Anu be the ruler of the other, as in like the smaller gods?
Yeah.
It does elaborate more as we move on.
Or something darker. Of whom keeps them in check during the Arizona spa. Right?
I have no idea what the Arizona spa is.
No, the Arizona spa. Or is it the Arizona Star?
Could be Arizona star.
During the Arizona Star. Keeps.
Does that actually, hang on, a quick look now, does that actually mean anything, the Arizona star?
The Arizona Star.
Let's just a quick fucking Google of this. I'm just going to put this up as it is, so if I am Googling, guys, because I wanted to give it just genuine reactions. The first time we're looking over these responses, and I think, because they're so profound, I wanted to... Yes. Arizona Star is a newspaper.
Or is it a lake? Oh, no, Arizona Spa.
It's just, I tell you what, Arizona UFO. German attempts to work. Phoenix, Arizona. Ring any bells?
Yeah. Yeah, but the Phoenix, Arizona lights are flares.
Oh, okay then.
I've seen their military flares, and they are as close to their military flares as you can get. So I don't know.
Okay, that could be what they are.
Yeah.
That could be what they're alluding to.
Mm.
We'll look into that further. Doing the Arizona Spa, that will find us free from doing the Arizona Spa. The time for hope has come that will find us free from the dark ages of war. They don't know what, they don't know that way. So I would say the more negative beings don't know that way.
Yeah.
Or how you know who's leaving on the corner of the dead. What the hell does that mean?
Who's leaving on the corner of the dead? On the edge of death, is it?
Possibly.
Tell me divine goodness. God
Shall
is
we
very
done?
good. God is very good. Yeah.
Right now, it's coming on my ship. From there, we know. From there, we are known far. To the Chinese, we were known as Fu Zi. Right, Fu Zi is a Chinese legend. After the Great Flood, he basically went up to a mountain and prayed to the Jade Emperor. Right?
Mm.
Can you get off your phone? You on your phone?
No.
Oh, I thought you were on your phone.
No.
You gotta look as if you're on your phone.
I know, I just didn't mean it.
He went and prayed to the Jade Emperor.
Right.
And said, look, can you help me restart humanity? So Fu Zi is essentially the seed planter that started humanity after the Great Flood.
Right now, it's coming on my ship from where we know far. The Chinese were known as Fu Zi. Tsunami.
No, Fu Zi. What did I say about tsunami? Fu Zi.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking on my ship. From where they were far in the Chinese. So after the Great Flood, that's what it is.
Fu Zi basically is a Chinese mythical person that he's essentially the Chinese Noah.
Yeah.
Think of it that way.
Yeah.
Right? Think of the Noah's Ark story
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
Chinese Noah. Right?
The Great Flood.
I am by the Golden Lake, just for you. You were there, re-entering this beautiful world with the power that sticks. The power of sticks, I know. It is why we could think you were altered. It says something. The closest I can get is Cuba, but I can't quite make out what it said. Hey, this is me, Ja. I'm back. You don't know whatever now this is weird because I have to go back over this because this does not sound like Jonathan, right?
Yeah.
It's hey, this is me, Ja. He's back, and we are talking about Jonathan at this point, right?
Yeah.
So Ellie just fucking jumped in because he is known for doing that, right?
Yeah.
You don't know whatever I'm from. What can you tell us here? Jared, what would you like to know? It's when you called him, all the company. It's true that you wander so far. So is it true? You're with God, and yes, he will be there. The things you hold, most of those things are right here. It would be my trouble, but what is wrong with me? I haven't got a fucking clue what that means, but Janet, losing my brother was the most challenging experience of my life. That's basically paraphrased. It was what must have been. You know the bruises that were so hard. Holding on till now to hear you. Had to, it's too. For when I forgive the event that moves, we're drawing in. Don't go through them. Leave that. Pursue how much you are blessed. Straight from God's arms. When we keep the light, so every day we find you, find a way to make this work. Free them, tell them before the anthem. This is one of those things being gives us. What do you think so far, Larry? Do you want me to read on?
Is there more?
Yes. There's what I'm probably about 45 minutes into it, and it's 2.5 hours long. Well, you know, the entire thing, like. Are we under quarantine on this planet, Richard? That's what you said.
Yeah.
It depends on what has worked. Everything records. Mr. J, you've been sitting. Jared, what's the grid that surrounds the Earth? She cares for her need with new avatar. Before the years, I can see in forces. As in, not in forces, as in like enforcement, but in forces, just for you guys listening. That is the way it is. I will go there, light the fires for you. Richard, are we under quarantine for a reason? The reason should set all of us free. We don't speak or tell them. Set the funding for is what heaven's been on earth. Or laugh, it's crazy. Singing, God speaks. Bringing death to Anu. He walks here, dragon, the highwayman. It's why he is doomed by each one, as heaven wounds him. That's mostly why I like to be birds. This war takes every type, sure. You will learn, with this we give you, the power is through peace.
How long have we been going with the live stream, Joe?
4 months, bud.
No, I mean this one.
I've been spacing it out, and I'll nearly finish. Should I just read the rest of it, and then we can just round up with the chat?
Yeah, we need to, because we need to talk about it as well, don't we?
Yeah, our spirits trapped on Earth, most are the sum of being insurance, enslaved in due course, muffled but think it says would not try and fool you. Humans here, you are one world. You are watching them. We wish we'd been able to tell you. Do you want to meet us, Rich? Definitely yes, very much. Jared, what will happen when we meet you? There's a blue star. Let's be strong on this. Heaven wants it that way. It closed tomorrow. It got someone first, and everyone's killing. And she will be by you. We're in the path of the witch. Think of all there is. They want all of these things. Richard, do you want to talk to us tonight? I was getting worried. Richard, is it difficult to talk? No, not at all. That was another reversed response. So you can see the work there. I hope she gets a break this time. I think they're on the planet Earth when it's referencing her. It's the other one that's changing. I don't know what that means. Jared, I want to know if you meet you, are we going to come back? For the woman to see you again in another point of view. All 16 trillion listening. Born again, and I'll be there. All wish to fly, let's go. Dave's here. Are we there living? Playing games with your hands. This is the heart, come on. Truth will, I can't work out what it said. That's the act of Gabriel. All who love you will list two of them, the devil. All who love you will list two of them, the devil. Because he wants to be here too. Throughout, though something new, hold God within. Because he wants to be here too, through something new, hold God within. They believe by them things. Form governments more like him. So we have been restoring the music. It's time, social media, where you must circulate the information. Add them to the police. I have no idea what that means. told the man named who. Now that was very strange. Because literally about 5 minutes after I listened to that response for the first time, I spoke to our friend Hugh for the first time and just said, you know, we've been doing the live streams. So it was like as if it fucking knew I was going to be doing that when I was going through the responses.
Yeah.
That freaked me out. Not gonna like you. It just struck gold. Do you know if she did? Note, just basically says a transcribing that I spoke to Hugh. Oh yeah, Richard, are there beings who want to harm us? Oh yes, wide and far. Come to Earth. It was a star that they explored. Jared repeats question. No, Richard repeats question. Yes. What he wants to know. It's in the past for you. I think what they're trying to say there is we've already said it, but I'm not sure. We need to know. You give us these messages. Are there beings on Earth right now? Oh yes, from Orion. Take human form they do. I can see. They are those who are they are those who are rulers here, in the dark. There are books that gather all these. Richard, will you help us? Gathered work is fact. I saw 12 of them. Jared, are you communicating with anyone else? Oh, tens of humans. They foresaw the world that this place become. Jared, can I ask the being? Can I ask what beings comprise the Council of 12, please? That's what you said you heard. Powerful beings. The only possible witnesses are all those who took the something rights. Here we are. And it says, hey, why did they take you on their ship for a while? That's the last of the responses so far.
The last bit is a bit fucking crazy, isn't it?
Well, you said in meditation when you started the thing, you were before a Council of 12 races. And that was before we did any experiments and stuff, and they're referencing it.
Yeah, I did.
And you've actually said that on a previous Now Debate, and you've said it on the video, so, and on the live stream, so it is public knowledge you've said it.
That's a biggie, that last one, isn't it? It's a massive one. That is fucking profound, like.
So,
I don't know, I fucking hell, it's mind blowing, isn't it?
yeah.
I mean,
what did you mean when you asked me how long have I been doing these streams, this stream?
I just wondered how long I've been running for, because I thought we would only go for an hour.
No.
Oh, right. Yeah, in regards to that last response, I mean, that is just... This is the difficulty with these things. It's just getting your head around it all. It just really is trying to get your head around it. There's so many responses in it you can interpret in so many ways. I think what we need to do is look at the repeats. The repeating words, like how many times you've said ship, and how many times you've said sins, or rocket, or
what we need,
difficulty.
I think we need a transcript of all the first 6.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm going to concentrate on doing. And I think that's why we're going to put the videos that we're going to put out.
Is it a message in a message? Do you know what I mean?
Message in a bottle, like. Yeah.
Is there a message inside all these messages? And is there a code? They've done it in a code. So we'll obviously have to try and double up.
I think we need a transcript of it all.
See how many words comes out and how many times they come out, and then we'll work out that stuff and just go from here. Because I mean, the last response on it was like just somebody talking.
Yeah.
You know, just somebody having just a genuine. It wasn't sort of encrypted. It was quite there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're gonna do. Well, we're just gonna keep doing it. Well, we're just going to keep seeing where it goes and find out as much as we can. And I think it's a warning in something. There's something big coming to this world, really big, and it's about to happen any second. And it is going to be It is going to change us, all of us.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's on our doorstep. And it'll take something really friggin' awful like that to make us all wake up and grow up and see our potential and where we've gone wrong and what to do next.
Well, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments section below. I think we're going to bring this to a close now.
Yeah.
This is going to be an ongoing thing, I think, with our now debates. You know, if there's any guys out there who are experts in ufology or experts in, you know, extraterrestrials, we are open to your thoughts and opinions. And you know, if you know or a fan of any people that could help us, please share the video with them. Let them know. All I can say, yes, the channel name is Paranormal now, but we are 100% genuine. We're not doing this as a joke. We didn't ask for this. This started by experiences that happened to us, and we have, yes, okay, we've set everything up, and yes, okay, we're moving forward with it. But, you know, it's all stemmed from things that happened to us that we didn't realise were, you know.
Yeah.
So, this is where it's taken us, and I just got to say that, you know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and let's just see where it goes. Let's see what else they got to say. But we need a transcript, I think, of everything that's been said.
We still got to find out all of what they've said on this one, yeah?
Well, we haven't all of them, but
Yeah.
you know, I've done mostly all of them, but you know, the second one I haven't done any of it because of the first responses that come through actually came through a few days later.
Yeah.
So that's why I'll need to go back to it. But I think that you know, we're going to aim for the 8th of September. But I think we need to have a good sit down and have a talk about it in light of everything that's happened before we do that. And I think that yes, we will do another live stream. But I think that I think we need to have a real. We need to give this a grilling. We need to kind of like whoever these entities are. We need to almost. I don't mean this in the nicest possible way, but almost try and catch them out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and or ask them. And obviously, if they're genuine, then. You know, and that trust builds. Then
Yeah.
what can you say? Do you know what I mean? What else can you say after that? You know, so whatever this is giving some really interesting responses. But what we also got to remember is it said stuff about the Ouija board when we did the Ouija board experiments back in 2013.
Yeah.
That said stuff that was going to happen, and it did happen, but not in the way that it said about the sun and solar flares. And yes, that has been happening, and we had one a few weeks back, but not the level we thought it was going to be. So you know, there's going to be that spin, like we said about half, like you know, there's going to be that human part to it as well. So you just got to be, you know, at the end of the day, there's definitely something interesting in this, and we'll just see where it goes.
Yeah.
Right, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
And Richard.
I've been me.
I will see you guys. Do you see that?
Yeah.
No, Rich, seriously, can you see that?
Yeah.
It's a woman's face, but
Does look like a woman's face.
doesn't it?
Yeah. Does. Has that just appeared then? You have to sort of fast forward the image really quick. You can see then if anything's appeared in there. Pretty cool.
Alright, no worries. Well, thank you very much, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Bye.